Next stop, Old Park Road.
Salmon bonnet. That's the same salmon.
There's a look at Forest Hill Station, which should have opened 5-6 years ago. Service info, Eglinton line, every 3 to 4 minutes. Good to know a line that isn't open is running every 3 to 4 minutes. Good job, Metrolinx. And this is the intersection of Bathurst and Eglinton Avenue West. Just waiting for the light to change here. But hello there, today is Tuesday, October 14th, 3:25 p.m. is the time. The temperature is a pretty nice 20 or 21 degrees Celsius. And in about half an hour or so, this stretch of Eglinton is going to be an absolute logjam. It's often a nightmare in the late afternoon, and it was even worse during a lot of the crosstown construction. And there's a new Starbucks. They've been closing a lot of locations around the city. That's a new development on the southwest corner of the intersection. And in this one, I'm going to be walking west for a while. I'll head through this area, which is Forest Hill North, to the north of Eglinton, and Cedarvale to the south. And then once I get past Eglinton West, or I guess technically Marley Avenue, we'll be in Little Jamaica. It's been a while since I passed through there. There's a look at the fare gates. They've even got the Presto machines turned on. I don't know why the hell Metrolinx thought all this land has to go to entrances, multiple entrances to what's essentially an underground streetcar line. There's a big stop on the corner, but all this wasted opportunity, no retail for such a large stretch. No residential built up top. I did notice a Dollarama went in over there. But this is west along the north side of Eglinton Avenue. Dollar Smart, Timmy's. It's been a good while since I've recorded through here. The neighborhood to the north is a rather affluent one, being Forest Hill North. Good.
Are you interested in 99 residential cleaning?
No, thank you. Sorry. Thank you. Have a good one. Well, that sounds like a good deal. Those offers are a dime a dozen these days in the city. You can see some of the nice fall colors are coming in. And this stretch of Eglinton is known as the Upper Village. So I'm guessing there's an Upper Village BIA. That must have been a very short-lived Popeyes. There's a for lease sign in the window right next to a Swiss Chalet, who were extremely busy over the Thanksgiving long weekend here in Canada. Again, that's Cedarvale to the south, and they're renaming Eglinton West Station to Cedarvale Station. Once Line 5 finally opens, if Line 5 opens. I think that's another misstep on Metrolinx's part. And we'll be passing by that station probably somewhere between the next 5 to 10 minutes. Pattaya City. Pattaya, not known for its Thai cuisine. I've done videos in that city on this channel before. The Thirsty Fox Pub. The neighborhood of Cedarvale has a population of around 12,000. And it's bound by Eglinton here to the north, to the south by St. Clair West. I think that's actually the Cedarvale Humewood neighborhood officially. And Bathurst Street to the east where I started. And roughly Arlington and Winona Drive, I think, to the west. Candy, loot bags, parties. So I don't think this area will be transforming a whole lot once the crosstown opens up. But the traffic will certainly be moving much better. And again, if I came here just 30 minutes to an hour later, traffic would be at an absolute standstill. There's been many times where I've tried to take the bus this way at that time and given up. Body Bright, nails. You can tell a lot of these businesses cater to a more middle to upper middle class crowd. There's the sun peeking out. Normally I wouldn't walk west around this time of day just to avoid walking into the glare, but today didn't seem like a bad day to do it with the overcast skies. Go laser. sun has warmed things right up. And Cedarvale, I think, was originally part of the York Township, established back in the 1850s. And just to the south of here is the Cedarvale Ravine. That'll lead you south down to where St. Clair West Station is. I think it's been rumored that Ernest Hemingway used to spend a lot of time in that area when he was in Toronto. And here's a parking lot. I'm not sure what the plans are for this, but this is Eglinton West Station. Again, soon to be renamed Cedarvale Station. It's got a number of these crosstown entrances, or rather new entrances that have popped up all around it. Not sure why this needs to be an entire building. Most cities, a simple set of stairs leading into the ground would do. And the rest could be park, or a building serving another purpose. And this leads down to the Allen. Originally built as the Spadina Expressway, but that project was fortunately stopped right here at Eglinton. Otherwise it was going to go right down through the ravine, past Casa Loma, and one of the planned routes would have seen it going through what is Chinatown today. There's this cop going. He is in a hurry. And here comes another cop. Don't cross, don't cross. They're flying as well. Well, at least they put in some seating. That's one thing we don't have enough of. But I can't say I'm a fan of this big concrete island here. Maybe it'll be nicer once these trees grow up a bit. There's Eglinton West Station. And that's going to be secure bicycle parking in there. Get a little peek. Into the crosstown. Currently serves the university side of Line 1. Look at that, there's a whole other building over there. Again, in any other city, that would literally just be a staircase leading out of the ground. And there's another whole structure over there. How many friggin' buildings do they need? For one station, the land use. All along the crosstown is quite bad. And I think we're seeing a similar story with the Ontario line. And the southbound traffic off the Allen is always backed up. I don't mean to sound overly negative, but this entire project has been one giant public grift. People just honking at one another. Oh, someone turned left from the right lane. But we're almost in Little Jamaica. And maybe I'll cross over to the south side. We'll get out of the glare of the sun a little bit. I can do that at Marley coming up.
I don't wait.
Again, I'm not sure why this giant structure is needed. No public access. Do not enter. Someone recording themselves, it looks like. Forest Hill Village for lease. Most people don't think of this stretch of Eglinton as Forest Hill, but I guess technically the area just to the north is Park Hill Dentistry. It's not a fun left turn to make. Good luck. This is Marley coming up. And I think that marks the official entrance to Little Jamaica, even though Little Jamaica is not an official neighborhood. But most people consider this stretch of Eglinton between Marley to Dufferin Street to be Little Jamaica, although if you pop that into Google Maps, it'll extend a lot further than that. There's a coffee time. There used to be a lot more coffee times and country styles. There are Tim Hortons competitors. All right, let's go to the south side. And welcome to Little Jamaica. And it was between the 50s and 60s. And there were a large number of people coming over from the Caribbean and settling in this area. by the 70s and 80s, this was one of the largest Jamaican communities outside of Jamaica in the entire world. And you can see traffic is completely backed up going east. And there's some redevelopment plan for this neighborhood, or rather this building here, it looks like. Save on Tires. And this is Reggae Lane. You can pause and read that if you want. There's a big mural here on the left. This was done by Adrian Hayes, celebrating reggae icons like Bob Marley. And I think at one point in the 70s and 80s, there was more reggae music being produced in this neighborhood than anywhere in the world outside of Jamaica itself. There's Raps. It's a local staple for smoky jerk chicken and a number of other authentic Jamaican dishes. Sometimes there's a big crowd out there once the sun goes down. There's been some concern that with the development of the Crosstown LRT and the raising of property values, this area has been slowly gentrifying and pricing a lot of these local businesses out, as well as some of the locals themselves. I think there's been a number of measures being taken to help prevent that. Spa and Hair Salon, the Entertainment Kitchen, West Indian and Canadian dishes. And coming up on the left is Randy's Patties, a place that closed during the pandemic. They blamed the Crosstown construction, but they reopened, I think, a little over a year ago. That's an absolute staple of this neighborhood.
Hey bro, I hope you're not recording me, eh?
I'm not.
Because I see you pointing the camera every second I turn around.
No, I'm not recording you, dude. It's just a neighborhood tour. I promise you, it's a neighborhood tour.
I promise you're gonna fuck you up too.
Dude, I'm allowed to record. We're in public.
I never said anything.
I know. No. I'm not recording you.
I know the people, buddy.
Yeah,
That's harassment. That's fucking harassment.
No, it's perfectly legal, buddy.
It's illegal when you harass people.
You're harassing me.
You're harassing me by following me.
Wow.
He has a knife in his side. He's
Okay.
out the alley. Made me first think.
All right, well, thank you.
I kid you not. Scared the shit out of me. I was scared because he attacks people like
Really?
that.
That's not safe.
That's what he did to my face. That's what he probably did to yours.
Oh. Well, thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, it's good news.
Oh well, he's taken off. I've never had problems in this neighborhood before.
I know, me neither. But they just try to stir shit since that open. Since that open, look what it says. It says blood. So they're trying to take over. But if you're an alabaster white like I am, you're having problems with just mere whites.
All right, well, have a nice day. Cheers. That is the first time I've had anyone speak out to me here.
It would be difficult for you to turn over here, right?
That lady said that guy has a knife. That's a little concerning. Rastaflex. They started up an annual street festival along here that was canceled this year due to permitting concerns. They didn't get their paperwork in time, and apparently not enough vendors applied. There's an entrance to Oakwood Station. There's another entrance over at Oakwood and Eglinton. I meant to point that out, but that's where those people started jawing at me, but it's just over there. So the Little Jamaica BIA was formed. That stands for Business Improvement Area. They're focused on retaining the existing businesses and promoting them. This is Glenholm Avenue. There's a plaza across the street with parking in front. Built during times when things were more car dependent. The city of Toronto apparently has been working to protect Little Jamaica. They have a cultural district plan, and there's a study to designate it as a heritage conservation district. Taking place in there are plans for a 39-story building right there. convenience store, a Starbank. There's one of those down at Dufferin and College, if I'm not mistaken. So the average housing cost in this neighborhood, or cost of a home, is about 950,000 Canadian dollars to 1.1 million. And apparently between 2006 and 2016, the local black population has declined by about 13%. We are approaching Dufferin, where the Fairbank LRT station will be opening. There is the southeast corner. So this, depending on who you believe, may be opening by the end of the year. What a fantastic use of space this is, right on a prominent intersection corner. But at least the locals get a nice little parquet out of it. Welcome to Fairbank Village. An action kid last stayed in Toronto. He stayed at an Airbnb just north of here. This is Dufferin, served by the 29 Dufferin bus. Might live stream and head south down Dufferin after this.
Come here, please.
Thank you. All right, I'll head west maybe another block or two. Fast food, Canadian and Filipino food. Hey look, more tremendous land use. This one doesn't even have an entrance. There's a No Frills supermarket coming up on the left. That might be a good spot to wrap this up. I'm gonna take my hoodie off. It's a nice little lively part of town. It's worth noting, originally in the early 90s, the Eglinton West subway line was under construction, and that would have gone out to the airport by now. But the doofus premier at the time, Mike Harris, canceled it to save some pennies, and they dug in the tunnel. Filled up that they had been working on. And here we are 30 years later and counting. And we are still without rapid transit through here. This guy's having a jolly old time. Gotta love seeing stuff like that. Anyways, we're here at Ennerdale. So I hope you enjoyed this stroll through the north part of Cedarvale along Eglinton and the little Jamaica neighborhood. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I've got an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. As I look at A&L Dollar Plus. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink.